Lele. Today's video, we are going to be talking about study tips. I am going to give you tips that will help you study very productively and more effectively. So, study tip number one is to set a schedule. So, there are a lot of benefits for setting a schedule. Number one is that your body and mind adjusts to the routine that you have introduced to your body and mind. And number two, the consistent schedule makes it easier for your body and mind to adjust to the schedule or the routine that you have introduced your body and mind to. All right. Number two will be stick to the schedule. Now, you cannot be lazy and for some reason skip your schedule because this won't be good for your body and mind to adjust to the set times that you are going to be studying. So the best tip here is to avoid setting a schedule where you know uh, you've got communications, and when you know that you've got commitments. So these will be your busy days where you are committed to something. So you would really want to avoid setting your schedule on those days, or maybe just your lazy days. So you would want to go for days you know that will be productive and you know that will work for you. So study tip number three is to remove distractions. So what I mean about this is if you know that you have chores that you need to finish first, so rather you finish your chores first before you get to the studying, because let's just say you have some washing to do. Um, while you are studying, you'll be thinking, oh my gosh, my clothes would be dry by now. So your mind will be shifted to your studying and you will be thinking about the dirty clothes that could be clean and dry by now. So study tip number four is to organize your workspace. So organizing your workspace gives you a sort of a free environment that is encouraging you to work and encouraging your mind to just be free. It gives you enough breathing space. So what I mean about this is just say you are in an environment where your socks are just looking out, and your let's just say your washing is looking out at you. That is a jumbled environment, and that will cost you your focus. So rather clean up and organize your environment before you start your studying. So tip number five will be to invest in preliminary activities. Now, what I mean about this is to get yourself, as well as your mind, as well as your body ready for your studying. So what you could do, you could maybe do a light exercise just to get ready, just to get you ready, get your mind ready for the studying. You could do maybe a 10-minute yoga or a workout. You could even have a treat, like maybe have a cupcake, just to get your mind ready and excited for your study session. So tip number six is to go big on brain food. All right. Now this is very important because there are certain foods that you eat that actually promotes the level of concentration and memory. So now these foods will actually encourage you to study and will actually sort of enlarge your memory to grasp knowledge more easily. Now, this will include foods like dark chocolates, nuts, and milk. Also, there are certain foods that you want to sort of avoid because these foods will actually slow your mind down. Now, these are oily foods as well as caffeine, as well as coffee caffeine, which is more uh, is more damaging for concentration. Study tip number seven will be know what works for you. Now, this is very important because we are not the same. Some people are more comfortable working with notes. Some people are more comfortable working with visuals. Some people are more comfortable working with. So you need to find out exactly what works for you exactly what you feel comfortable in doing. So let's just say you are not good on notes. So but you have to study the notes because let's just say maybe you're doing history and you love history, but you are not good on notes. So what you want to do in that situation, you want to take your notes in chunks. So maybe you want to set a time maybe for 30 minutes. That won't be too long. You won't be stretching out. Just set a 30 minutes schedule that you will actually go through your notes. What you want to do is you want to make your notes more colorful and inviting. You want to use your highlighters, you want to use your pens, just highlight and draw over your notes to make it colorful to you. You could even get sticky notes. Um, so sticky notes will help you. Just write some notes down and stick them on your wall. Let's just say you're having maybe coffee. When you look up your wall, you'll see your notes. You'll just sort of read your notes, and maybe you could take that in. Also, if you prefer more learning on audio, you could use a lot of YouTube videos. You could also record a song to help you study. I know I do that a lot. I just make up a song of something. So, but you should really be sure not to cram these things when you are making your song. You do not have to cram it. Just make a song that will help you remember certain small information that you know you could forget. The next one is to go traditional. Now, what I mean about this is that you should write your notes down. Whatever you're reading, you should write it down. Now, this is a traditional tip that actually does work. It's very best to learn by writing down. Just keep a notebook, even if you feel like you are not going to look at the notebook ever again after writing your notes. But the most important thing is that if you are writing information down, there are more chances of you grasping that information while you are writing because your brain is very active at that moment. The next tip I have is to have someone you reach out to. Now, this is very important because, for example, let's just take myself, for example. I do know I'm not good when I'm learning within the group. Sometimes I'll just get demotivated or I'll just play around. However, I'm not saying you should go, I'm not encouraging you to go learn within the group if you know you are not good at that. What you could do is just to have someone, maybe one person, that you will reach out to in case there's something you do not understand or in case you need second opinion. After all, two minds are better than one, right? Um, the next tip I have for you is to take that snack break. So as soon as you feel like you're feeling peckish, the best thing to do is to get up, take that trip to the kitchen, get your snack, have your snack, and get back to work. Because if you are not taking that snack, for the next 30 minutes, you'll be snack thinking and your brain will not be taking in whatever you'll be focusing on. So better just take that snack break. The next one is to be flexible and switch places. Now, this is very important. I do know when we first started, I said you should choose a working space. Now, if you feel that the working space in that certain day, it's not working and it's not actually encouraging you to learn, you must be flexible enough to switch that workplace. Maybe just go outside, study while you are sitting outside, feeling the fresh air, study while you're listening to the birds sing, study while you're getting the faint smell of flowers from the garden. This could just help you sort of shift your mindset a bit, and you will actually feel very comfortable and very relaxed outside rather than being inside all the time. So this is to just help you switch around and find out what works for you at that moment in time. So the second last one is to prepare your own tests. Now, using mock tests and previous papers could be very beneficial, yes, but preparing your own test also helps you check your progress, also increase the level of concentration, and allows you to reflect on what you have already learned so far. So preparing your own test could be very, very beneficial also. And the last one is do not stretch out. So normally when I study, I'll say be 30 minutes to 45 minutes or an hour. But after an hour, your brain will actually shut down and you won't be taking anything in and you will be cramming stuff. And also, when you stretch out that long, you will find out that you are no longer grasping any information and you are just wasting your time. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. That was the end of my study tips. I hope I will be seeing you very soon.